In 1962, Spain's dictator Francisco Franco gave a wedding gift to a young Greek princess marrying into the Spanish throne. A spectacular diamond ornament that could be worn as a necklace, disassembled into 3 brooches, or transformed into a tiara. For decades, it remained beautiful but unremarkable in the royal collection. But Franco's gift is just one of 7 extraordinary jewels we're exploring today, transformable pieces that refuse to be locked away, unchanging in royal vaults. There's a tiara with 4 completely different configurations, worn by 4 generations of Dutch queens. A 19th century necklace that woke up in 2009 as a 21st century crown. A Greek shipping magnate's ruby wedding gift that one Spanish queen guarded so fiercely she never let anyone else wear it, not her daughters, not her daughter-in-law. An amethyst parure born from the ashes of a devastating heist. A modern British duchess's personal commission that belongs to her alone. And a tiara stolen in broad daylight from the Crown Jewellers in 1995, never recovered, still missing somewhere in the world today. Today, we're uncovering the hidden stories of Europe's most adaptable royal treasures and the remarkable women who transformed them across generations. The Württemberg Ornate Pearl Tiara. When we think of a tiara that truly grows up alongside the royal family itself, the Württemberg Ornate Pearl Tiara stands as one of the most elegant examples of that journey. Picture Frankfurt in 1897. Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands, barely 17 years old, commissions the jewelers Jo Eduard Schuurman and Company to create something extraordinary. What emerges is a marvel of Victorian engineering: 35 round pearls, 11 magnificent pear-shaped pearls, and a constellation of diamonds that tower and refine all at once. But here's where it gets interesting. This wasn't designed as a single, unchanging crown. The Württemberg was created with 4 distinct configurations, 4 completely different personalities, if you will. In its grandest form, all 11 pear-shaped drops crown the piece like a diadem fit for coronations. Remove them entirely, and suddenly you have something intimate, refined, perfect for the everyday business of being queen. Add 5 drops. Add 6 drops positioned between the diamond motifs. Each choice creates a different tiara, appropriate for different occasions, different moods, different chapters of a queen's life. Queen Wilhelmina wore the piece in its full glory for the most ceremonial moments. But more often she chose the simpler configurations, the versions that whispered rather than proclaimed. Her daughter, Queen Juliana, followed that same instinct. Then came Queen Beatrix. During her 33 years on the throne, the Württemberg became her signature piece. The full form made its last public appearance during a 1982 state visit to the United Kingdom, paired with all the ceremonial formality that moment demanded. Today, Queen Maxima wears the Württemberg with characteristic grace. She's chosen it for state visits to Japan and Italy, for the Netherlands' most important diplomatic occasions. Each time she places it on her head, she becomes the 4th queen in an unbroken lineage stretching back 128 years. What makes this tiara truly remarkable is precisely this quiet adaptability. It whispers to those who know, "I have belonged to 4 queens. I have witnessed the transformation of a nation, and I can be 4 different tiaras depending on what the moment requires." Queen Maud's Pearl Tiara. The story of Queen Maud of Norway is one of the most profoundly moving in European royal history, and her pearl tiara tells that story with heartbreaking clarity. In 1896, Princess Maud of Wales, daughter of King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra, granddaughter of Queen Victoria, married Prince Charles of Denmark. Her parents gave her a delicate Art Nouveau creation of diamonds and pearls as a wedding gift. 9 years later, everything changed. Norway dissolved its union with Sweden in what amounted to a bloodless revolution. For the first time in nearly 600 years, Norway was an independent kingdom. Prince Charles of Denmark accepted the crown, becoming King Haakon VII. His British wife became Queen Maud. On June 22, 1906, at Nidaros Cathedral in Trondheim, Maud wore her pearl tiara to her coronation. In the portraits from that day, something remarkable is visible. The shy British princess who had worried about public life appeared adorned not just in jewels, but in confidence. She had become the symbolic heart of a newly independent nation. For decades, the tiara was worn by successive Norwegian queens and crown princesses. It survived World War II, stored safely at Windsor Castle while Norway endured German occupation. It was one of the first treasures officially reclaimed when the Norwegian royal family travelled to London for Elizabeth II's coronation in 1953. And then came February 5, 1995. On that Sunday afternoon, armed robbers executed a daring heist at Garrard's on Regent Street in London, the crown jewellers of Britain. Queen Maud's tiara, valued at £200,000, had been left there for restoration. The robbers took it, along with other treasures. They were never caught. The tiara was never recovered. Let that sink in for a moment. One of Norway's most historically significant pieces of jewellery, a crown that had witnessed a nation's birth, that had survived a world war, vanished in an instant. Somewhere in the world, it may still exist. The not knowing is part of the tiara's power now. Within just over a year, Garrard created an exact replica using archival photographs and detailed records. The replica is virtually indistinguishable from the lost original, complete with the same convertible settings and flowing pearl drops. Today, Crown Princess Mette-Marit and Princess Märtha Louise wear the replica. It's a beautiful jewel that carries the weight of its predecessor's loss. But among royal watchers, conversations still circulate. Will it ever be recovered? We can recreate almost anything in its image, but we can never truly replace what is lost. The Niarchos Ruby Parure. In May 1962, as Princess Sofia of Greece prepared for her wedding to Prince Juan Carlos of Spain, one of the world's most powerful men made a gesture that would echo through royal history. Stavros Niarchos, the Greek shipping magnate whose fortune rivaled kingdoms, commissioned Van Cleef and Arpels to create a parure of extraordinary beauty. This wasn't just a wedding gift, this was a statement. Niarchos was endorsing the union of a Greek princess with a Spanish prince at a critical moment in European history. Spain, under Franco's rule, was isolated. Greece was navigating its own turbulent political waters. A royal marriage between the two nations carried symbolic weight that went far beyond romance. The Niarchos Ruby Parure itself is a masterpiece of modular design. Burmese rubies and diamonds composed in pieces that can be worn in multiple configurations. As a dramatic bandeau-style tiara, as a flowing necklace, as individual brooches and ornaments. Each element was designed to work independently or in concert with others. Queen Sofia wore the Niarchos rubies throughout her decades as Queen of Spain. But here's what's remarkable. Unlike many other pieces in the Spanish royal collection, Sofia never lent the Niarchos rubies to her daughters or her daughter-in-law. The piece remained, throughout her long life, her jewel, a personal treasure that she guarded with an affection that speaks volumes. In 2009, at a state banquet honoring the President of France, Queen Sofia made a notably symbolic choice. She paired the Niarchos rubies, worn in tiara form that evening, with a red gown. The choice was deliberate and layered with meaning. The red coordinated with her French Legion of Honor sash. It proclaimed confidence and permanence. It said, "This is my jewel, from my time, from my world." This is a Greek shipping fortune frozen in rubies, worn by a Greek princess who became a Spanish queen at a moment when Spain was emerging from decades of isolation. The Dutch Sapphire Necklace Tiara. There's something particularly satisfying about a piece of jewellery that refuses to stay locked in its original form. In 1879, King Willem III of the Netherlands purchased a choker-style necklace for his wife, Queen Emma. Diamonds and 11 oval Ceylon sapphires set in yellow gold and silver, with a large central sapphire that could be detached and worn as a separate pendant. The piece was exquisite, meant to be worn around the neck, the intimate sparkle of a woman's day-to-day royal life. But time and the clever hands of Dutch court jewelers had other ideas. Over the 20th century, the necklace was gradually lengthened. Queen Juliana wore it in this lengthened form, appearing in portraits from 1955 with the necklace draping gracefully, a bridge between eras. The true transformation came in 2009 when sections of an earlier sapphire parure, originally created for Queen Wilhelmina's 1901 wedding, were repurposed as tiara tops. Suddenly, the 19th century necklace had a second life as a 21st century crown. Princess Margrethe debuted this new configuration. Soon after, Queen Maxima claimed it as one of her signature pieces. The real moment of symbolic power came in April 2013, when King Willem-Alexander was inaugurated. For this pivotal moment, a new king ascending the throne after 33 years of his mother's reign, Maxima wore the Dutch Sapphire Tiara. But she made a subtle, brilliant choice. She removed the central diamond plume that typically topped the tiara, replacing it with a single round diamond, softening the piece's profile for this solemn occasion. Later, in March 2015, during a state visit to Denmark, Maxima wore the full version, the complete structure with its 600+ diamonds, some set on tremblant, those delicate quivering settings that make diamonds dance with a life of their own, and its commanding 44-carat Sri Lankan sapphire at the center. What makes this tiara so compelling is precisely what makes it practical. It serves the occasion. It's not one fixed idea of beauty, but multiple ideas, adaptable, flexible, designed for evolution. The Spanish Floral Tiara. Imagine the political theatre of a Spanish wedding in 1962. Generalissimo Francisco Franco, Spain's aging dictator, had ruled the nation for over 2 decades. The Spanish monarchy had been in exile since 1931. Yet here, in this moment, Franco was orchestrating the wedding of the heir apparent, Prince Juan Carlos, to Princess Sofia of Greece. It was a calculated gesture toward legitimacy, toward a future Spain that might move beyond Franco toward something more democratic. Franco's wedding gift to the young bride was a piece of jewelry so spectacular that it would come to symbolize the very transformation of Spain itself. A large diamond ornament in floral and leafy motifs set in silver and gold. The provenance remains somewhat mysterious. It may have been linked to Queen Maria Cristina of Spain. But what matters is what Franco did with it. The genius of this ornament lay in its flexibility. Princess Sofia wore it first as a necklace for her pre-wedding ball, a delicate flowing crown of diamonds wreathing her neck like vines. But the same piece could be disassembled, the 3 main floral elements detached as brooches, the entire creation reshaped as a tiara. In the 1970s, the floral ornament was formally reorganized as a tiara. The transformation was complete. But it was Queen Letizia who truly claimed this piece as her own. When she married King Felipe in 2004, she inherited access to the Spanish royal jewelry vaults. Among all the grand tiaras, all the storied crowns, it was the floral tiara that Letizia chose as her most worn sparkler. She understood what perhaps few others had, that this piece, with its graceful femininity, Its flowing botanical design, its refusal to be monumental or intimidating, was hers. She has worn it to state banquets, diplomatic galas, and royal events across Europe and beyond. It has become so associated with her that many observers cannot imagine the Spanish crown without it. What makes the floral tiara so compelling is its arc. From Franco's calculated political gesture, through decades of elegant but occasional wear, to its eventual status as the tiara most intimately identified with Spain's modern queen. It's a journey from dictatorship to democracy, worn one queen to the next. The Norwegian Amethyst Parure. There's a particular poignancy to the Norwegian Amethyst Parure when you understand its likely origin story. Remember that 1995 heist at Garrard's in London, the one that claimed Queen Maud's Pearl Tiara. It also stole another remarkable piece, a pink tourmaline tiara. The loss was devastating to the Norwegian royal family. A year or two later, King Harald V wanted to restore what had been lost and to gift his wife, Queen Sonja, a magnificent piece to honor her 60th birthday. He commissioned the Norwegian Amethyst Parure from Garrard. What emerged was designed as a complete jewelry system, not a single tiara, but an entire ecosystem of wearable treasures. The centerpiece is a convertible tiara and necklace featuring deep purple amethysts of exceptional size and quality set with diamonds in gold. Accompanying the tiara are matching earrings with removable drops, 2 bracelets that can be worn separately or combined to form an additional necklace, a brooch, and a corsage ornament. It is, in essence, a jewelry wardrobe unto itself. What's remarkable is that this is not a piece from centuries past. This is a modern royal parure, created in the late 1990s, designed with the same flexibility and ingenuity that characterized the finest royal jewelry of earlier centuries. It proves that the tradition of transformable, modular royal jewelry continues to evolve. Queen Sonja debuted the Amethyst Tiara in 1997 during a Belgian state visit. Since then, it has passed into the loving care of Crown Princess Mette-Marit, who has become the Parure's primary wearer. Mette-Marit understands the tiara's possibilities, wearing it as both a crown and a necklace, pairing it with different elements depending on the occasion. The Norwegian Amethyst Parure demonstrates that royalty is not merely about preserving the past, but about creating beauty for the present and future. The Wessex Aquamarine Tiara. In 1999, when Sophie Rhys-Jones became the Countess of Wessex upon her marriage to Prince Edward, she was granted access to some of the most storied pieces in the British royal jewellery vaults. Yet over the course of her quarter-century as a senior member of the royal family, she has become most intimately associated with a piece that is entirely her own. The Wessex Aquamarine Tiara was created in 2005 by G. Collins & Sons, a respected English jewellery house, specifically for Sophie. It was designed as a bespoke piece, tailored to her taste and her vision, a collaboration between a modern woman and master craftsman. The design itself is strikingly contemporary. A large, statement-sized aquamarine sits at the center, surrounded by flowing diamond waves that cascade around it like flowing water. It's ocean-themed without being literal, elegant without being austere, modern in sensibility while honoring classical tradition. But the true genius lies in its convertibility. The entire piece can be detached from its tiara setting and worn as a necklace, the aquamarine hanging as a pendant at the throat. Sophie demonstrated this dual nature at Queen Elizabeth's 80th birthday gala in 2006, where she wore it as a necklace, and in that form, the true scale of the aquamarine became apparent. What sets the Wessex Aquamarine Tiara apart is that it's not loaned from the Crown Jewels collection. It belongs to Sophie personally, a rare distinction. She commissioned it, she owns it, and it is uniquely, unmistakably hers. The tiara has become her signature piece, worn to every major state occasion of recent years. At the French state banquet in July 2025, at the Japanese Emperor's Gala, at state dinners honoring international leaders, the aquamarine tiara appears again and again. For those of us who have followed Sophie's journey from Countess to Duchess of Edinburgh, the aquamarine tiara represents something beautiful and deeply human. The ability to create something entirely new that still honors tradition. What connects these 7 pieces isn't their age or their monetary value, it's their fundamental philosophy, that royal jewelry need not be a museum piece, untouched and unchanging across generations. These are pieces that live, that adapt, that prove flexible enough to serve multiple queens, multiple purposes, multiple eras. The Württemberg changes its silhouette. The Dutch Sapphire transforms from Victorian choker to Gothic crown. The Floral Tiara moves from ornament to necklace to tiara. The Amethyst Parure offers an entire vocabulary of wearing options. The Wessex Aquamarine shifts between tiara and necklace. And Queen Maud's Pearl Tiara, even in the form of its replica, continues to speak to the mystery and permanence of royal history, the way a single jewel can carry the weight of a nation's becoming. These are the pieces that remind us why royal jewelry matters, not because of diamond carat weights, but because they represent continuity, adaptation, beauty that endures. They are bridges between generations, tangible proof that what one queen cherished, another queen can claim as her own, and make new in the process. Which of these transforming treasures speaks to you most? The stolen tiara that became a ghost of history, the dictator's gift that became a democratic queen's signature? Let me know in the comments. And if you love discovering these hidden stories, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. There are so many more treasures waiting to be uncovered.